Number 7 and number 8.
6, 7, 8? Or
Yeah, 6, 7, and 8. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? Okay, I got a motion and a second.
To do
All three.
Now, the only discussion, is there any discussion on number 8?
Dennis, can you clarify what number 8 is for the sake?
Approve summer hours for county employees.
Okay.
8 to
And then
4,
8 to
Memorial
4.
Day to Labor Day.
It's traditional, we change them every year. We've done it for close to 30 years.
The old days, you used to get 2 extra hours off.
Yeah, so it's just, we need to do that. We've done it every year, as long as I can remember. And then the 4-day week at the college is now going from 7 or 8 weeks down to 4. So that's on those two. So is there any more discussion on either of those? Okay. Now the construction manager for the Herkimer County Community College Science Lab project.
Aye.
Is there a motion? You made it, okay.
Made it
Yep.
for all three.
Is there any more discussion on the science? We will ask that a contract be forwarded down here by Wednesday if they have one. Okay?
Absolutely.
As part of that?
Are you voting on it without seeing it?
We're voting on putting it on the agenda. It can always be pulled from the agenda, or if we have that contract here, an explanation of it made prior to voting on it.
The full legislature voting on it?
Sure. But it would bring it, it would move it along to the floor for Wednesday. Is there a motion?
There is.
To move it, and a second?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, those 3 issues are on the agenda. Let's go back to D'Arcangelo contract then.
Yeah, I think.
Where is, with Kim here, is that part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big.
Anything dealing with
And
Kim,
Kim's
let's
here
get
for-
Kim go.
He's here for the properties that
Okay.
your other meeting after
Okay.
too, but.
You're a hostage for most of the evening then, okay? Okay. Go ahead with
No,
D'Arcangelo.
Rob will be in, he could do the push for that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think everybody knows that we lost a very key employee in Kim's department at a, I hate to say this, but at a very difficult time for the county. The county was nice enough to promote a part-time individual to full-time. That's helped. And Kim has been able to shift duties from somebody else to have this person backfill and do a lot of this stuff. However, there's an awful lot really needed help. My recommendation, I think Kim agrees with me, would be to bring in D'Arcangelo for up to 250 hours to make sure that we can close our books. It's a tough hand that we were dealt. We're trying to make the best of it. I think Kim's staff is being cross-trained in the process, which is going to be a tremendous help for us in the future. But right now, we're really at a tough spot.
What's that equate to 250 hours? Ballpark.
Maximum of 25,000.
Now, this is all new to me. What kind of duties and who's D'Arcangelo?
We lost our junior accountant, Gary, so she does all the books, and Kim can speak better than I can, but does all our books.
She does all the.
D'Arcangelo is our auditor, last year, a 3-year bid. So they, over the years, have done sometimes more, sometimes less as far as straightening up our books. I think we've all had those discussions over the years.
This is an independent audit, we shall
This is not an
do.
audit. This isn't an audit.
Oh, yeah, the one that D'Arcangelo does.
Kind of answering Gary's question, we got both of these going. I want to
Yeah.
answer Gary's question, who D'Arcangelo is. That we do hire them for a 3-year contract to audit our books, and also do the federal 133, A133 audit. That keeps us in compliance with the Fed, so we can keep getting our federal money. What we're asking them to do is to come in. No one else would be able to do this as cheap because they have a long history with us. Pretty simple. I mean, not something that we want to be coming here asking you for, but we truly believe it's something we have to come here and ask you for.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second it.
I have a question.
Yep.
The kinds of things that they're going to be doing for us, Jim, and I kind of remember when they would come in and do the audit, they would talk about, they assisted in closing out doing entries and things at the end for closeout, or helping review entries that you did? Is that what they did? So now they're gonna actually be doing it. So who polices what they're doing, or is there no need for
There'll be a
that?
level of separation. The partner that's actually handling the closing of the books will not be making any management decisions when it comes to our audit or any closing of the book management decisions.
Who will be making closing the book management decisions? Somebody else in their firm?
Actually, no, you guys would make any kind of management decision.
The final decision would come from the Ways and Means Committee.
The closing entries have come before the Ways and Means Committee in the past?
No, if there's, if, maybe I misheard the question. I thought if there was a concern or a question that Kim and her staff had a problem with, it would come to Ways and Means.
There would be a level of separation between Tricia Lucas, who is the managing partner who's assisting us, and her staff. She would assign her staff. She wouldn't make any management decisions based on.
Would we expect that their fee on the audit, since they're the ones that are doing all the closing entries, I don't know how much of their time was spent on review of closing entries, is there any savings on that other side of the contract?
We've had that discussion, Helen.
What was the fruits of it?
Well, we'll be monitoring it as we go. I mean, this is kind of something that we're not used to.
But can they quote us in some way that they think there'll be any savings as a result of opening them up for $25,000?
I could have a conversation with Tricia to see what her feeling is right now.
What's our audit, because that's where I was confused when you
Yeah,
sent
we
me.
paid a few years ago, Helen, about $71,000. When we bid it, it's $61,000 this year. So by going out, it did save us a few bucks, 10 grand.
But-
Is the 250 hours a max? And
Yes.
it could be maybe 150,
We're
it could
very
be maybe
hopeful for that.
125.
And what Helen said too. I mean, the fact that we're trying to be very, very careful of what we believe is an audit responsibility and what is, the new responsibility here is closing the books.
Are people gonna be able to learn with them when they're doing it, Kim?
We're trying to cross-train some people. We think we've got a couple of people, Helen, that are stepping up.
And they'll get the help of the auditor, whoever's
Absolutely.
doing it. That's good.
Is there different departments within Archangelos that is doing the closing the books and the ones that'll be doing the audit?
Yes.
Or is there two different departments?
It's two different staff.
Dennis,
Yeah, but-
25,000, is that gonna be part of your departmental budget? Where's that gonna come from? If it's that many hours?
That would probably come, Fred, from within Bernie and I beg, borrowing, and stealing and finding the money.
Well, would the money not be available within her personal service?
No.
Because,
Person, I don't know how far I should go. Person is on sick.
oh, right, okay, all right, yep, so we're already,
Yep.
we're already covering that. And then we took a half-timer, made her full. Did you have the money
Absolutely.
within the program budget to do that?
I feel pretty good that we'll be able to find that.
And that was only for a 3-month period.
Right.
And it very well may be that that junior accountant may not be able to come back, depending on if she gets better or not.
We've gone back and forth on that, whether that will or won't happen.
When will this happen? When will this start?
Immediately.
We only have to April 30th to close the books, and there are no extensions.
Right. We tried to get an extension. I'm sorry, Kim, thank you for saying that. I meant to say that right off the bat. That was one of the first things we asked for. Because this individual's going to the doctor in May. We thought maybe because of that, we could have got a little more time.
What do you deal with, them? Audit and control in Albany, or who?
Office of the State Comptroller.
But we won't be where there's only one person that knows how to do this when we're done with this.
Right. I have to keep a level of separation myself, because I'm responsible for that report itself. So I have certain duties, and the other people have certain duties. and I
That's a
can't
big part of it.
commingle.
Thanks for saying that.
So basically, we're paying somebody to train somebody, right, Kim?
No,
I mean,
training.
well, sort of,
Get it
in
done.
a,
No, absolutely.
That's the
in a roundabout
byproduct.
way, we're giving, it's OJT, on-the-job training
We're
for
getting
somebody,
very good training, and we're getting the job done.
from a professional.
On
It
time
has to
is
get done by the
amazing.
30th.
Absolutely, it has to get done by the 30th.
Ready to vote on it?
Yeah.
All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Town contract, Town of Columbia buyout on the insurance.
Yep. Revisiting this, as you know, the town of Columbia got out of the former workers' comp plan at the end of 2011. We had an actuarial review done of the plan, got that number back, and now the question is, are we gonna give the town of Columbia 75% offer that we've given everybody else at that? Their full buyout would be $77,723.20. If we give them the 75% offer, it'd be $58,292.40, so a difference of about $19,400.
Did we vote on this last
It
meeting?
was voted down in Ways and Means the last time.
It comes back up because what
The chairman
prompts
has to
it?
bring it back, not our acting chairman or.
If everybody who was in got out next year because of this, would the discount, how much of a discount is it, 25%?
75%.
If everybody said, well, it's coming up, right, the end of May, they have to have their letter in?
You have to have it in by July 1st.
July 1st, okay. So if all the other townships, if we do this, and then they say, now is the time to jump, we would have 25% less, right, from the outside sources.
Right.
You'd have control of that money though.
But it won't affect, anybody that stays in, it won't affect what they're paying.
No, I understand that.
Because we take the money from the reserve from buyouts to cover the budget each year.
But we claim we need that reserve, right? We were looking, if we didn't get the monies that we were getting from the village, we were looking at some real serious issues for the county, weren't we?
Correct.
Having to absorb?
When we made the 75% offer, was there a sunset as to whether they could get it or not, or was it perpetual?
See, that was a little bit before you.
Yeah, it was before me. When that was done.
I can't remember.
It wasn't. I mean, we've honored this lake, I think, 14 times.
Last time was in 09 for something, Dollarville and,
Middleville.
Why, if you're doing it so routinely, then why are we not always just saying you're discounting at 25%?
Make a motion. One second. Did we just bring them back?
Okay, is there any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We got next, please.
Then this will make you happy. You always ask me the other way all the time.
All right.
We finally got, it's been within the state, the one-stop licensure agreement for 1110 to 1213, I'm sorry, 123112. We were getting about 23,000 a year. They've upped it to 30,525.79. So hold on here. Something's coming.
From what to what?
About 23,000 burnt to 30,525.79 a year. It's up 75.89.
How was that figure derived?
Calculated.
I could share. I don't have it with me, but I can share.
I mean, was it actually based on our actual costs, utilities?
There's one at the
everything we're
table.
paying?
Yes,
So was it reconstruction and a pro rata share?
absolutely. That's what I can share that.
I got the letter here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
this
just don't have
license
my-
agreement, the state agrees to pay the county an amount based on the presence of 8 Department of Labor staff who occupy desk space at the one stop. They've calculated this amount to be $30,525.79 per year. Payable in equal monthly installments of $2,543.82 a month.
Mine was more, Dennis, is what was the base that we were starting with? What kind of cost rolled into what it's costing us for the total space over there?
Oh, that I don't know.
I've got that, we have that.
This is just
Did
greater
we take-
reimbursement of what the state is using.
Right, but I'm saying against what we're paying. Jim, does it take into account any increases in lease costs?
What I would do is I can, Helen, get you my calculations and Karen's calculations and,
I mean, you guys are the ones that
Scan.
drove it? I mean, you computed it
yeah,
here?
my understanding, again, this, you gotta remember, this is about 2-3 years old from when we sent it to the state. We're just getting it back now.
So that's what we asked for 2 or 3 years ago. But do you imagine that we probably factored in any increased lease costs?
I think we did well, very well with this.
I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't pay our experience.
No, we never do though. I'm not being a wise guy, until now we hadn't been getting. They've been fighting us tooth and nail on everything. In fact, threatening to leave us all the time.
Where are they gonna go? Utica, maybe?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Is that what they said?
And that would be a bad thing for the people in Herkimer County. I think.
Absolutely.
I really do. I mean, people are out down on their luck now, you
Oh,
don't have to
yeah.
travel.
$4 a gallon.
I'm happy with that. But we can get you those
So this is
numbers.
a resolution to enter into this new lease agreement.
Right, with the state.
And it's through
Licensure
13?
agreement.
And how long is it through to?
12/31/12.
Oh,
End of the year, right?
Yep.
And retroactive back to the first
Typical,
year.
you know, typical.
Oh. It goes back to 1/1/10.
And that's what I was saying, it's a couple years old.
So will we be able to get
Yes,
a greater reimbursement for already covered time for them?
yep,
have we been getting anything from them?
yes. Cindy Garrett's done a nice job, she's a state person getting us that money.
I'll second, Bernie moved it, I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 4, ATM contract.
Oh, the ATM card, we only sent out an RFP, only received one, well, we received 2 responses, but one response was that they weren't gonna give us a proposal. And the only actual response we got was from JR Associate. There was 2 options, one which would be for us to buy the machine, and we would have to put money in it and figure out whatever fee we're gonna charge, and then they would give us service for, I don't know, 25 cents a transaction, or
Right.
something like that. And the second option is that we would just contract with them, and they would come in and do it and give us 30% of the fees that they charge, and they would do everything.
Is this going in the treasurer's office for taxes, or where was it going?
We had talked about right across from Sylvia.
Was this the conversation we had with them, though, about for people to be able to pay their taxes, or?
No, this was an offshoot of it, Helen. This was the fact that we were looking at doing ATMs also. And I know Kim is doing some other homework with a couple companies that were looking at giving us better deals, so hopefully we'll be able to come back to you for the tax issue.
Oh, I missed the
Sure.
one about just putting an ATM in the
Yeah,
building.
Jim Richards came here, it was a quarterly meeting, guys, it was probably,
I remember
6
the
months.
gentleman coming and presenting, but I thought it
In
was
fact,
driven
he said-
about
I
the
think he-
taxes.
well, that was one of them, no question about it. But an offshoot of that, we were talking to the colleges, why don't we have an ATM? I mean, people need an ATM, it's, you know, if we charge them $2, we get 60 cents a transaction.
We need to choose either option.
Yes, and the one who responded that they weren't gonna respond did so because they didn't wanna compete with themselves, because they have other ATMs in the area.
But I want to understand, so the piece on it as far as the taxes, which was the driving force initially, what happened to that?
And that was, Kim is still working on that?
Just my priorities have shifted a little bit with the
Absolutely. But hopefully we'll be back to you.
I don't know where it's gonna hurt. I think just,
I mean, we're not making anything now, right?
No, and every once in a while, people need cash.
I would go with the
Pay a
second.
bill for Sylvia or whatever.
Take the 30% off the top and don't worry
Exactly.
about
We
it.
would have to supply, we would have to supply a dial-up or an Ethernet connection for the machine.
We pay for that, or that
Yes,
comes?
we would pay for that.
It doesn't go into our existing system at all? Through our system, we gotta do something dedicated?
It's, well, the Ethernet, I would think, would have to go through our system, but the
Right.
dial-up wouldn't.
That cost then would be what, roughly?
A dial-up line, depends on how far it goes, but usually probably about $25 a month.
It couldn't go through our switch?
If we put it, I'm not sure, if it was dedicated, no, but if we wanted to go through the switch, then the cost, what we charge is about, I think it's about $8 a month it would cost.
Either one.
Yeah.
I'll make the motion, we'll go with option 2.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Homeland Security Grant, this is the Sheriff's Department.
Yes. I'm coming then.
All right, keep going.
this in my paperwork then, but,
I've got it here.
okay, if you could.
It's for
I know it's the cards for the other policemen.
$38,532.
Yeah, there's like 12,000, then they go to the other cops for the,
Herkimer County,
and then helmets and vests and,
yeah, $26,275
thank
for
you.
the county, and $12,257 for
USB air card connectivity service.
I don't know what that is, USB air card connectivity service.
Isn't
We
that
bought
what
those
the
air
cops
cards,
use?
guys, for the cops for a while, and he'd be using 12,000 and change then on that.
And that's for, not for Herkimer County, that's for other agencies.
All the police agencies within the county.
Not state police.
Not to my knowledge,
Yeah.
but I'll verify that.
No, I think he said not state
I don't want to
police.
misspeak.
So moved, Dennis.
Okay, one second. A motion and second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Now, does Ways and Means have to do this also yet?
This is Ways and Means.
That's what I mean, public safety?
Yeah, they're doing it on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, okay.
Right?
We down to 9, Jim?
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, so.
Okay.
We certainly could.
Make a motion for executive for number 9.
Is there a second?
Regarding
Can we
In the personnel office, and replace it with a benefits coordinator. With an annual base salary of $32,000. Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Anything else with Ways and Means, Jim?
I don't, then.
Anybody else on Ways and Means got a issue?
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Bruce seconded. All those in favor? Opposed? We're adjourned.